bday family. Yes, it's the crazy one back at it. Birthday boy. Dun, da, da. I can't remember how the song goes. So, today is my birthday. Thank you for all you watching, listening, tuning in, commenting, telling your families, siblings, friends, roommates, next door neighbors, politicians, guy that works at Church's Kentucky Fried Chicken. I hope you've told him. I hope that you tell each and every one of you, tell somebody, tell the guy that changes your oil for you, tell the guy at the gas station, tell the guys at the pumps, tell the guys at the recreational facilities, tell the guys. Thank you. So, birthday edition. So I can distinctly remember back, and this will be a refresh for people that know all my videos, most of my videos. Thank you. Knuckle up to all you that have been here for a minute, and even you newbies, thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that, any of that, or give me the middle finger, one of the three. So I can distinctly remember birthdays. What makes birthdays stick out so much in my head? Incarceration. How many times was I incarcerated on my birthday? A lot. As I discussed, I've done a total of 5 years behind jails, rehabs, boot camp, mental institutions. So I know what it's like to be locked away in a box. So on my 22nd birthday, and there again, it's going to be news. It's going to be the same old people heard my videos. But a lot of new people here. So on my 22nd, when I was 21, I got into a heap load of trouble, as I discussed. I dipped out on probation officers, the same one I bumped into coincidentally twice out and about. All the time in trouble with the law. And as discussed, I had this bad curse of going to jail every 10 years. I wind up going to jail, and it always is around my birthday for some odd mess reason. So probably the wackiest of them all was my 22nd birthday. When I was 21, as discussed, I got in a bunch of trouble. I went away for 8.5 months, and when I got back, I had another case pending that I discussed this. This is other stories. So, anyways, I got charges, and I wound up being put on probation, and I was on probation.
Quarter mile, turn left onto Main Street.
And I was constantly messing up the whole time, right? Young, dumb, full of cum. Was just a moron. Turned up positive for cocaine on probation. Dirty cocaine, dirty marijuana. Filing my PO. Took me to court and had me taken in.
Onto Main Street.
But it's, I guess it's not like that. Comment, tell me what it's been like for you. I've had all kind of different circumstances. Most of the time when you go to probation, when you go to the probation office, you will see, and I've seen, and anyone that's done time will tell you, you'll see people go to jail straight from the probation office. You go in there and they give you a cup, and they get results. Sometimes get results right then and there. And I've seen people more than once, more than twice, have I seen people get arrested and taken to jail from the probation office. So the probation office is like the school for bad kids, right? Everybody in there's a flunko floozy, including myself. So at this particular time, I don't know how it came to be.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Georgia 139 North, Church Street.
Sorry. But I came up dirty and said in court whenever, Thursday or Monday, I don't remember.
North, Church Street.
Could be vice versa. Doesn't even matter. Like I said, I reported and came up dirty, whatever. Said, see you in court Monday or Thursday. And I went with my girlfriend Natalie at the time and my dad. Went to court with me, and my dad tried to speak on my behalf. That's the time that Mitch Durham, my lawyer's partner, my lawyer, his daughter was my probation officer. Barbara Berry was my probation officer, this young hotshot girl, and her dad was Barbara Berry. Jimmy Berry, top-notch, big-shot lawyer in Cobb County. So, I had this guy, Mitch Durham, under him that worked under Jimmy Berry. So it was an odd circumstance. I go to court, they reprimand me and arrest me right then and there. I turn around and try to give my girlfriend a kiss, and I remember they grabbed my arm, put my hand behind my, put my cuffs, arms on my back and all that, and took me away. And so I was in county jail for 3.5 months, give or take, right? 3.5, 4 months. And they came in, and it was on my birthday, okay? My 22nd birthday. Been in county jail now 3.5, almost 4 months. And they take me from county jail, which I was in the one of the worst parts in the jail was in the mental observation, like I've discussed, for the crazy people, because I was young, dumb, full of cum there again, and I thought it would go good for me if I said I was suicidal. So I said I was suicidal, and they put me in a funny farm dorm. So it was no easy ride by any means. So I was pleased and ecstatic to get out of this crazy dorm, right? And I get out, and so I'm now going from Cherokee County Jail to Blairsville Probation Detention Center. It's boot camp for people for flunkies. It's your last chance they give you, and if you fail this at all, they send you to prison for 2 years. And I've discussed this. I was in there with a guy that was doing drugs at the very last time, and his dumb ass was having his wife bring in weed, and he got caught trying to bring weed into the facility 2 weeks before we had to go home. A couple weeks before we were going to go home, guy came in on the same day with me, an older man, and you had to pee in a cup. And this dumbass, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he wanted to go to prison. I don't quite know. Remember he had a family, right? And I remember that was insane watching that guy mess up. And then they cuffed him up and took him off. And so he was going straight to prison from there. Made it all through, 8 months. Made his whole way all the way and messed up the last 2 weeks. So anyways, I get to this. They take me from jail to boot camp on my 22nd birthday. I'm in handcuffs, and I get out of I remember walking out of the jail and into the back of a cop car. I get in the back of a cop car in cuffs, and we're driving up the road, and cop says, I see it's your birthday, kid. I said, yes, sir. He said, you're not going to give me any problems, are you? I said, no, sir. He pulled over at a gas station, got me out of the car, took off my handcuffs, put me in the front seat, and gave me a Dr. Pepper and a cigarette, right? It's the first time a cop had ever been human to me in all my endeavors. And so I go to boot camp. It is, and I discuss it was a hellhole, right? They try to buck on you. They try to get you to buck. From the second you get there to the time you leave, it's boot camp. You do all kind of crazy shit like military, and if you go against any of the guidelines or mess up or buck on anything, off to prison 2 years, automatic. The second you get there, you get out of the car, and you stand in line, and they're bitching you. There's guys in your face, rah rah rah, yelling in your face, trying to get you to buck, right? And they were making anybody that had I'm not sure if I had my tattoo on my arm or not yet, but there was a guy there that were up and down and this kid had this eyeball tattoo, an eyeball and a zipper, right? This guy had his tattoo, and he says, "Oh, you funny boy, you eyeballing me. You trying to look? You're looking at, trying to look at your dick." Something along those lines. This CO was barking like a mad chihuahua off in this dude's shit about his, zipper tattoo. You're eyeballing me. You call him queer, called him all kind of stuff. It was wretched. So this is still the first day, right? Stand in line. There's like a bunch of us, like a whole swarm of people come in at one time. So several buses. Okay. Maybe close to the whole place. It was like 40, 50 people per dorm. It was 4 dorms, just like a prison or any.
Use the right two lanes to take the I-285 west ramp.
What am I doing? Yeah, that's wrong. Okay, sorry, people. So there's a million people in line. It's held to get in this place.
Quarter mile, merge onto I-285 east.
Sorry. Bear with me. So you get in this place, right? And you have to change clothes every day, etc., etc. Anyways, get there the first day, they're chewing us up, rah rah in our face. And so I have, as I discussed, I have one length, long, nice hair to my shoulders, and they buzzed me right then and there on the spot. So yeah, that was insane to get my hair cut, my beautiful haircut cut off on my birthday. And so now you get into this place, right? And take in mind, before I discussed this, you can see in the videos, before I even got there, I got in a fight in county jail on this run, and wound up having this guy's fight me.
Use the right two lanes to take exit 58 for I-75 north toward Atlanta.
Sorry. I'm on my way home. I'm having an ADD fit. So there's a bunch of us. I keep losing my place.
Use the right two lanes to take exit 58.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Make sure I'm on the right way home.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Okay. Alright, sorry. So, we just get to this place, right? And they treat us like a bitch right off the rip. You get in line, you get your hair, first you get naked, you go through a walk of line with a bunch of people, and you're all naked, and then you get in your skibbies, you're in tidy whities, you're staying in line, they're doing everything to you, they shave your head, they check you for everything, right?
Follow signs for I-75 north, US 19.
They're looking at your junk, they're looking at your booty hole. They're checking you out, right? To see if you're at crabs, this, that, and everything, right? Total strip down, total degradation. The worst demeaning shit somebody you can do, they pretty much do to you right there in line. And they give you clothes, you dress out, go through, and I'm far from done and over with. So I'm in a dorm of like 40, 50 guys I discussed. And it was very racial. It was racially divided, and there was racial tension all the time. Okay. Oh shit! Did I mess up? Anyways, so it was rough, right? So I get in this place, and I've been in, now I've gone through the ringer, bitch you out, all that, and they feed you chow, you get a meal in there.
Half a mile, keep right, follow signs for US 19, US 41.
So, you get in line, you go to chow, you got 3 minutes something to eat, flat, straight up, that's it. Scarf your food down, you learn to scarf your food down, and in 3 minutes, you're getting up and you're going to get in line. Doesn't matter if you finish your food, you're not allowed to do anything, you're not allowed to wrap up anything and take it with you. Everything is super anal, orchestrated, to a T. And you have about a minute here and there to scratch your nuts if you're lucky. So all this horrific day now, right? This day is taking forever. I've gone through line. I've been, visually molested pretty much. this day's been a nightmare. And I go and now I'm in my pod and I think I'm settled in and all that. And I go and I take a shower. I get in the shower and there's a guy, a black gay guy comes in, a guy named Francis, right? The shower's about like probably eight shower heads, right? So you can imagine like people have been to prison and jail, know what I'm talking about. That many showers, but it's in one little corridor. This guy's in there, this tall black guy's in there at one end. I go to the other end. He comes over and says, "Hi, how you doing? I'm Francis."
Take exit 55, then keep left at the fork.
With soap on a rope, and he's talking to me and he's looking.
Keep left at the fork, then use any lane to turn left onto Georgia 54 North.
Okay, I'm sorry, people. I'm off my game today, and it's my birthday.
Use any lane to turn left onto Georgia 54 North, Jonesboro Road, southeast.
Okay, I messed up. So, I go on one side of the shower, he's on the other. He comes all the way down, he introduces himself, and he looks at me, we meet eyes, and he looks down at my junk. And so I go and I walk around him, and I go back to the other side to where he was. Go down there, he does the same thing. He follows me back and forth a couple of times. It gets to where I said, "Do it again, and I'm beating your ass." And sure as shit, I did it just one more time, and I pushed him, and he went to strike on me, and we're both sitting there
In 100 feet, turn left onto the I-285 westbound.
we're both sitting there butt naked, fighting,
Left onto the I-285
slipping and slide in the shower. The water's going now, imagine that. And people come in, they hear us, tussling. People talk about, the fights and stuff in jail, like the skeet, 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 skeet. You're hearing all that. You got flip-flops on, and you're barely able to keep your flip. It's wet. So it's like literally a comedy skit or some shit. Trying to fight, Water's running, you're on
I-285 west.
and there I am. And this is now the second time I've had to fight butt naked in front of the whole door. So I figured that was entertaining. It's entertaining. So those two times I was naked in front of everybody. And for those that are new, I was in Panama City, spring break. Okay, imagine spring break, Panama City, Club La Vila. Is it La Vila or Spinnakers? I don't remember. I think it was La Vila. One of the best, hottest bars, clubs down in spring break. And I'm in front of thousands, and this girl calls me out to dance, right? I go out in front of all the spring break,
Use the right two lanes to take exit 58.
and I'm drunk as all can be, being ADD, super weirdo, trunk Mike, and my skibbies fall down. Now imagine that in front of thousands,
Use the
all
right
of
two
spring
lanes to
break.
take exit 58, then keep left.
Humiliating, but I wasn't humiliated because I was drunk. It didn't even affect me right there at the moment. So that's another good one. So yeah, I've 3 times in life in my days have I had to go straight streaking it. So while we're on the boot camp, well, I still got you here. That's not even the best one in the boot camp. Let me sum up the best of the boot camp.
Quarters of a mile.
So you have to shower. You have to shower and you have to shave every day, 5-7 days a week, right? Maybe 6. Saturday's lenient, and
Half a mile, keep right.
if you don't, this is part of these rules. If you buck, you go to the hole. You can get in trouble without them sending you to prison, though. To an extent. I got sent in the hole. People would get sent in the hole for days. They literally had a hole, one little single cell with a window, so you could see it's the guy in there. You could see everybody lined up to chow into recreation.
Continue on I-75 north for 8 miles.
So we're going to chow one day.
Keep right at the
So we're on lineup to chow on Saturday. Saturday is known to be slack and laid back, right? Usually not as, anal, right? So we're lined up to chow, and they do the walk up and down. Now there's about 80, maybe 80 to 160 people. So they have to go through quick. I think they do like per pod, and like I said, you get 3 minutes to eat, so it don't take no time for all 4 doors to get in and out. So they're walking up and down. It's snowing outside now, and they do their walk, and for the first time now, this is like halfway through, people have gotten used to. Some guys like me, I was 22, and at this time I didn't have a full-grown beard yet. I could get away with it, right? But the guys that were, 30s and 40s, they couldn't. So, some guys could slide, some guys couldn't. Some guys had to shave every morning. There was some guys, young buck, that could go a couple of days without shaving. So it varied. And everyone in line that day must have had the whole place and walked up and down the chow, up and down the line, and you've got to where you've got to be tight and right. Everything, hair, fingernails, razor, shoes, boots, everything's got to be immaculate. Doing things, out of the ordinary, pull you out of line, so write you up, give you a DR. And so they pull everyone out of line that didn't shave that morning and send them outside in the freaking snow with a towel and a razor.